Hi, good day, and welcome to another exciting lesson on TTT as we continue to go through the curricula for SEA 2020. First, let me remind you that you have to visit our site, School Learning Management System, via learn.moe.gov.tt for all your needs in the curricula, helping students to connect and continue learning whilst at home. What are we doing today? We're practicing SEA Language Arts, and we will be going through the paces of Section 1 of the English Language Arts paper. And Section 1 of the English Language Arts paper is supposedly one of the easier sections. It's the section where you want to get total marks, because this is the name of the game with SEA. You want to get as much marks as possible. So for each task in Section 1, you want to ensure that you read your instructions carefully and you answer all your tasks correctly. Let's go to the first task of spelling. How are our spelling bees out there? Some of you like spelling, some of you don't, but we have to do it right. Let's get ready with our task. Remember, when you are answering questions, one of the first things you have to do with your paper is read your instructions carefully. Your instructions tell you what you have to do, how you have to do, what you have to write, how you have to write it. There is one incorrectly spelt word in each line. Draw a circle around the incorrectly spelt word. Write the correctly spelt word in the box provided for each line. So listen to the instructions carefully and you would read them in your paper. There is one incorrectly spelt word in each line. Remember, a line is not a sentence. You must draw a circle around the incorrectly spelt word. Write the correctly spelt word in the box provided for each line, so you know the instructions. Based on this, there's a small passage and each line has one incorrectly spelt word. You must circle the word that is spelled incorrectly with your pencil, and in the box provided next to the line, you are to write the correctly spelled word. Now, some of you are really good spellers and you could read the entire passage and probably circle the words right away. And some of us need a little more time and we have to do it line by line. Whatever works for you, you do what works for you. If you have to read it line by line, fine. If you can read the entire thing and circle your words in each line right away, you go right ahead. Let's read our passage. Technology presents exciting opportunities in the 21st century. This can be witnessed in areas such as music, video production, and animation. Recently, the Caribbean also experienced an increase in the number of electric vehicles. In the area of innovation, however, the cellular phone wins. Now, in reading the passage, some of you would have probably seen already words which are incorrectly spelt. Let's read it again. Technology presents exciting opportunities in the 21st century. This can be witnessed in areas such as music, video production, and animation. Recently, the Caribbean also experienced an increase in the number of electric vehicles. In the area of innovation, however, the cellular phone wins. Let's get ready to start our task. Let's look at the first line and see if you can figure out which word is incorrectly spelled so you can circle it. Line 1. Technology presents exciting opportunities in the. Which word is incorrectly spelled in this sentence? Now, sometimes you may not necessarily see the word right away. You have to use your powers of deduction. So you have to go through each word. Go through each word in the sentence and see the words that you know already and X them out as words you don't have to look at. See if you can figure out which word is spelled wrong, because not always you might be able to figure out the word that is spelled wrong. So let's see if we can figure this out. Remember to look at each word, find the ones that you know are spelled correctly. We know words like presents and in the. those words we know already, right? We know those words. What about presents, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S? This looks correct. What about exciting? What's the rule for exciting? When we add ing to excite, we drop the E and add ing, so that's correct. What about technology? Does that look right? Let's examine the remaining words. Technology, opportunities. Technology, does that look right? Looks about right. Technology, yeah? Phonetically correct. What about the word opportunities? In the sentence, you know, grammatically, it is a word that is used in the plural, meaning many opportunities. Is this the right rule for spelling it though? When we form the plural, we know one of the rules is adding S. But do we add an S to a word that ends with Y? Do you remember your rule? Think about it. Words ending in Y. How do we form the plural? Yes? We change the Y to an I before adding ES. And this makes it plural, right? So opportunities, we take off the Y and we add I-E-S. So the word is O-P-P-O-R-T-U-N-I-T-I-E-S. O-P-P-O-R-T-U-N-I-T-I-E-S. If you got opportunities that way, you got it right. Remember, you have to circle the word opportunities with an S and then write the correct word in the box next to the line. And I'm reminding you of that. Circle the word spelled incorrectly because that is a mark, and then write the correct spelling in the box provided. All right? Let's find the spelling errors in the other lines. In the next line, it goes, in the 21st century, this can be witnessed in areas. Let's look at the line in isolation. Have you already seen the error? Some of us who know our words would have seen the error already, you know. But we can take some time and look for it. 21st century, this can be witnessed in areas. Yeah, there's a frequently misspelled word in that sentence. And your teacher would have given you a list of frequently misspelled words. You are to learn those words by heart. No other way. Which word is spelled incorrectly? Is there a rule involved? Yep, the word is witnessed. It's a word that people frequently misspell. What do? They put one S instead of two. Yeah, witness is a word that has two S's. So it's not W-I-T-N-E-S-E-D, but rather W-I-T-N-E-S-S-E-D. All right? So remember that. It's not W-I-T-N-E-S-S-E-D. Two S's. All right? So remember to circle your word that is misspelled and write the correct spelling in the box provided. We're looking at the next line, such as music, video production, and animation. I'm giving you some time to look at this line and see if you can figure out which word is spelled wrong. Some of our bees are really buzzing and they already know which word is spelled wrong. But some people would like to take their time. It works that way sometimes. Such as music, video production, and animation. Have you figured out which word is spelled wrong? Yes? If you taught the word production, you're very, very right. So you circle it. Now the rule for this one is a bit tricky, and you must know the rule. When adding a suffix to root words ending in UCE, the suffix TION is added. So produce becomes PRODUCTION. We drop the E and add TION. PRODUCTION. production. And all of the words ending in UCE that you come across would use the same rule. Deduce, deduction, D-E-D-U-C-T-I-O-N. Reduce, reduction, R-E-D-U-C-T-I-O-N. Seduce, seduction, S-E-D-U-C-T-I-O-N. And so on and so forth. So we circle the word production and we write the correct spelling in the box provided. We're looking at the next line. Recently, the Caribbean also experienced an. Have you seen the misspelled word in that line? Are you seeing the rule? Which word is spelled incorrectly? And let's figure out what the rule is. Yes, recently. Why? What's the rule? We circle it. We know that it's spelled wrong. Yes. Yes, in our former lesson, you would have learned that when C meets E, I, or Y, we get the soft sound. When C is followed, or rather when E, I, or Y follows C, the soft sound is made, right? So we have cereal, C-E-R-E-A-L, city, C-I-T-Y. So E, I, or Y, when following the letter C, the soft sound of C is made. So we have recently, so it's not R-E-S because it's R-E-C-E-N-T-L-Y. And if you got that, then you figured it out and you must know the rule. And there are many words that will help you, like forcefully, F-O-R-C-E-F-U-L-L-Y. All right? So menacingly, M-E-N-A-C-I-N-G-L-Y. So it's when E, I, or Y follows C, the soft sound is made. So the word is recently, R-E-C-E-N-T-L-Y. And you see the E following C? And that's how we know we have to use a C there and not an S. So it's recently, we circle the word and we write the correct spelling in the box provided. An increase in the number of electric vehicles in the. Are you seeing the word that is misspelled? Yeah? Yes? You're seeing the word that's misspelled? Increase in the number of electric vehicles in the. Which word is misspelled there? One word looks quite funny, doesn't it? Yeah. What's the rule? It's the word electric. And here, the rule is the opposite of the one that we saw just now with recently. Now, electric is the word that is misspelled, so we circle it. And the rule goes, when C is followed by A, O, or U, which are the other vowels from the previous rule, and any other consonant or any other letter, then the hard sound is made. So know that rule. These rules are important. These rules make sure that you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. So when C is followed by A, O, or U, or any other consonant, then you make the hard sound. So you have E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C, electric. And there are other words that will help you. Eclectic, picture, and so on. C is followed by A, O, or U, or any other consonant, then the hard sound is made. And with the previous rule, when C is followed by E, I, or Y, the soft sound is made. Look at the rule carefully if you didn't know it before and learn it. So the word is electric, E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C. And you see C is followed by a consonant T. So the sound is a hard sound. So we circle electric and we write the word electric, E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C. And we are on the last line. In the area of innovation, however, the cellular phone wins. Have you figured out which word is spelled wrong there? In the area of innovation, however, the cellular phone wins. Yeah? Another frequently misspelled word, And what did I say about those frequently misspelled words? Take your list and learn it by heart. Which word is misspelled there? Yeah? Innovation. What is the correct spelling for innovation? What error do people make when spelling the word innovation? Yes. The N has to be doubled. So innovation is really I-N-N-O-V-A-T-I-O-N. And this is a frequently misspelled word. So let's spell it again. I-N-N-O-V-A-T-I-O-N. I-N-N as in, ovation, O-V-A-T-I-O-N. Simple spelling for you to remember. Circle the word and write the correct spelling. So we have our 6 words there, and our 6 words are circled. Remember too, when you're doing words that are frequently misspelled, remember to take your list given to you by your teacher and learn it by heart. And there's only one way to really learn spelling that has been done since the beginning of time. Take your words, say them aloud, look at them, close your eyes, say them aloud, and then write it down without looking. And that is the only way you're going to learn spelling, especially the frequently misspelled words. Let's go over these words one more time. Opportunities, O-P-P-O-R-T-U-N-I-T-I-E-S. Witness, W-I-T-N-E-S-S-E-D. Production, P-R-O-D-U-C-T-I-O-N. Recently, R-E-C-E-N-T-L-Y. Electric, E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C. And innovation, I-N-N-O-V-A-T-I-O-N. There's a reason why I'm going through these words with you, huh? Let's do our spelling bee. Do you have your paper and pencil with you? So I'm going to call out the words, and then we'll check to see how much you remember from what I told you just now. All right? And if you get any wrong, you've got to go and get those frequently misspelled words and all those spelling rules that you have and do some revision later on. So the first word is opportunities. Spell opportunities. When you study hard, lots of opportunities come your way. Spell the word opportunities. Let's go to the second word. Peter witnessed the event that took place last night. Peter witnessed the event that took place last night. Spell witnessed. Number 3, with the advent of COVID-19, lots of production has stopped across the world. Spell production. Production. As John turned 17, he decided he wanted an electric guitar for his birthday. Spell electric. And the last word, innovation. Innovation. Remember carefully, if it's a frequently misspelled word, you have to know what you have to write when you're writing it. You think you have all the words correct? Let's check and see how well you did in this little test. All right? Opportunities. Check your word. Do you have the correct ending? O-P-P-O-R-T-U-N-I-T-I-E-S. Witnessed. W-I-T-N-E-S-S-E-D. Production, P-R-O-D-U-C-T-I-O-N. Recently, remember the rule, R-E-C-E-N-T-L-Y, C is followed by an E. Electric, E-L-E-C-T-R-I-C, C is followed by a T, so it's a hard C. And innovation, you remember to put in those two N's? Yes? You got all 6 right? Congratulations. I'm glad that you understand what's happening. And every time you do section 1, especially with this spelling, remember what you have to do to go through each line to get all your marks in this section. All right? When we come back, we'll go through another section with you, another task from section 1. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome back as we continue to explore section 1 of your ELA paper for SEA. In this section now, we are going through task 2, which deals with punctuation and capitalization. How excited are you? We're looking at punctuation marks that are tested for SEA, and marks like full stop, your exclamation point, your question mark, your comma and your colon, your apostrophe, and of course your quotation marks. So you have your end marks, as I said, full stop, exclamation point, question mark, your pause marks, which would be your comma and your colon, and other marks which include your apostrophe S and your quotation marks. So these are the marks that they'll be looking for when you have to put in punctuation marks in this exercise. And we all know about capital letters. Let's look at some helpful hints when doing this particular exercise. Remember to read the entire passage twice. And what really helps you with punctuation and even your spelling, and even after when we look at your grammar, is you must be able to read your passage carefully. So if you are not a speedy, good reader, then you have to get that way. You cannot be somebody who has problems with reading. Reading is the key, and you must be able to read it and read it properly so that you comprehend what you are reading. If you are unable to, then you would not be able to figure out which punctuation marks are missing, which grammar part is wrong, or which spelling is spelled wrong. All right, so read the passage twice, check for overall punctuation. Some of us might be able to figure out the punctuation marks that are missing right away. Others might not be able to. But it doesn't matter whether you're speedy or you're slow. Once you're able to get through with it and get it right, that's what counts. Although there is one error per line, you need to read each sentence. You may find it helpful also to read the sentence before, after the line you're looking at. And this just helps you with figuring out where the marks are missing, what is really wrong with this sentence or line. So let's go to our punctuation and capitalization. Remember too, instructions are what are very, very important. The instructions tell you what to do, how to do it, and they really ask of you what is needed in the question. There is one punctuation and capitalization error in every line. Insert the missing punctuation or capital letter within the passage. So here we are being told there's one punctuation and or capitalization error in the line. Insert the missing punctuation or capital letter within the passage. So right there in the passage, in each line, there's an error. You take your pencil and you put in the correct mark that is missing or capital letter that is missing. So let's go. Remember, we are reading it twice. Healthy foods contain numerous nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and various minerals. Something doesn't sound good there. Let's read it back again. Healthy foods contain numerous nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and various minerals. We should all eat nutritious and balanced meals. Don't you agree? The next time your mom instructs, eat your vegetables, you should not hesitate. Poor diet may lead you straight to the San Fernando General Hospital. We're reading it again. Healthy foods contain numerous nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and various minerals. We should all eat nutritious and balanced meals. Don't you agree? The next time your mom instructs, eat your vegetables, you should not hesitate. Poor diet may lead you straight to the San Fernando General Hospital. So you see, the second reading is very important because the first time you might not be able to get exactly what's missing, where it's missing, so you know how to read it carefully in a better manner. So let's go with the task and see where those missing punctuation marks are, find them and put them in the right place. Time is of the essence as well. Where are the missing marks? Let's go. Healthy foods contain numerous nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and various minerals. What mark is missing there? You know from your reading that there's a pause after nutrients, because afterwards it explains what nutrients are in healthy foods. If you're a good reader, you would have realized that. But what pause mark is missing? Yeah? We figured that out. Is it the full stop? Is it an exclamation point? Is it a comma? Or is it the colon? How do we know which mark to use? Healthy foods contain numerous nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and various minerals. If you're a speedy reader, you would have figured out that maybe if we had put in such as there, it would make sense. Also, it can't be an exclamation point because it doesn't sound something that you would exclaim. Neither would I put a comma there, or maybe it's a comma. For sure, it's not a full stop because the next word does not start with a capital letter. So it's either a comma or a colon. Which one would I put there? That would be correct. If you chose the comma, would that be correct? Which one do you choose? The comma or the colon? Yeah? If we put such as in the space there and it makes sense, meaning that you're explaining the meaning of what nutrients is, we know that that's what a colon does. It separates a sentence in such a way to explain what's said in the other part of the sentence. So you were definitely correct, and the colon is what was missing. So we want to congratulate you there, and you put in your colon where it has to be in the passage. Let's look at the next line. Proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and various minerals. Something is missing there. What's missing? A punctuation mark, definitely. We have a list of words. When we have a list of words followed by and then the last word, what is usually missing? Yes, something is missing there. We know something is missing. Is it a full stop? The next word is not a capital letter. Is it an exclamation mark? Are we exclaiming something? No. Is it a comma or is it a colon? Are we explaining something with the colon? I don't think so, but we see the word and we know when we separate words in a sentence, what do we use? I'll give you some time. Yes, it is C. This one was particularly easy, so I decided to let you know that the comma was going to be there. So we know that the comma is there, we put in our comma, and we're correct. Another win-win situation for you. Put in your comma in your passage to show where the punctuation mark was missing and continue on. We should all eat nutritious and balanced meals. Don't you agree? What's missing there? We should all eat nutritious and balanced meals. Don't you? What's missing? Do you know where the mark is missing? You're seeing that space by don't, so you know for sure something is missing there. But what is missing? Yeah, something is missing there. What's missing? Is it a full stop? Is it D-O-N full stop T? Is it an apostrophe? Apostrophe T? Is it a question mark? Or is it a colon? What do you think it is? Yeah? Let me give you some time. Some of us who are really quick on the draw would know already what's missing. I know you know. Yes, it's the apostrophe. Don't is really a contraction of the word do not, and we use the apostrophe T to show this contraction. We put in our apostrophe. Another win for us. Congratulations. And remember to put it in your passage because that's where it's needed. Sometimes we're so busy knowing the answer, we forget to write where it has to be. And that's important, all right? We can't see what's in your mind, but we can see what's on the paper. Let's continue. Don't you agree? The next time your mom instructs, eat your, remember you have to read before and after to know what's going to come. And that's why I keep going back to the sentence too. You have to do the same. The next time your mom instructs, and before that, don't you agree? What's happening there? Something is missing, and we know that a punctuation mark is missing because, yes, the next time the, in that article, it starts with a capital T. So something is missing between agree and T. Agreed? All right. Is it a full stop? It could be. Is it an apostrophe? I'm not so sure. A question mark? Could be. Or a colon. What do you think? The sentence goes, don't you agree? Let me give you some time. Yep. You figured it out? It was a question. So if you chose C, then you were equally correct. It's a question mark that was missing and you put it in where it has to be. Another win-win situation for you. Remember to put it in your passage. The next time your mom instructs, let's continue. Eat your vegetables, you should not hesitate. Poor diet may lead to. The next time your mom instructs, eat your vegetables, you should not hesitate. Eat your vegetables, you should not hesitate. Poor diet may lead to. What is missing? Yeah? The punctuation end marks are missing. The quotation end marks are missing. So where do we put our close quotation? Let's see if you figure out where the marks are supposed to be. Yeah? They're supposed to be there. And you would figure that out already. Some of us might need to go through the process of figuring out if it's a full stop, end quotation, a question mark, or a colon. But our speedy readers would know that it was the end quotation that was missing, and we know where to put it. Once we figure out where it goes, we will know where to put it, because we can't start a quote and not end it, can we? Yes. So it's happening right there after vegetables. And remember, when putting your close quotation, it goes after the punctuation mark and not before. Congratulations. We're down to the last line. Some of us who are reading, or speedy readers, would know already what is missing. Some of us might have to look, and as I said before, it doesn't matter how quick or slow you do it, as long as you do it correctly. So let's go. Poor diet may lead you straight to the San Fernando General Hospital. Let me give you some time to figure out what's missing there. Yeah, something is missing by Fernando. Is it a full stop, a quotation, a question mark, or a capital letter? Yeah, it's the name of a place. So if you chose the capital letter, the capital F rather, in Fernando, then you're absolutely right. And there you have it. All 6 lines with quotation marks and capital letters filled out. In the first instance, it was a colon, then we had a comma, an apostrophe, a question mark, end quotation, and a capital letter. Remember, you must read your passage at least 2 times. If you still haven't gotten it, you go ahead and read it again and see exactly where those punctuation marks and capital letters need to be at. All right? Remember all the punctuation marks that you're looking for. Your end marks, full stop, exclamation, question mark. Know when to use them. Your pause marks, the comma and the colon. And of course, your other marks, which would include your apostrophe and your quotation marks. You have to master using them in order to know when to use them when necessary in this. All right, so thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for task number 3 in this section 1 of your ELA paper. Hi, welcome back as we go through the paces of task number 3 in your section 1 in your ELA paper for SEA. And task 3 deals with grammar. Here are some helpful tips when dealing with this task. Read the passage twice. And remember, if you read it twice and you didn't get what you're supposed to be looking for, there's no harm in reading it another time. Check for the overall verb tense. Check to see what the passage is about, what time it's taking place. Is it a present tense passage? Is it a past tense passage? So you will know what to look for. All right, although there is 1 error per line, you'll need to read each sentence. And you may find it helpful also to read the sentence before, after the line you're looking at, just like we did in the previous task. So let's go, our grammar detectives. Are you ready? Here's the instruction. There's 1 grammatical error in each line in the passage. Draw a circle around each error. Write the correct form of the word in the box provided. So similar to the spelling. You're drawing a circle around the word in which has the error, and you're writing the correct word in the box provided. You must remember that. You must circle the word that is wrong and write the correct word in the box. There's a mark for each activity, so you must do that. Sometimes we forget to circle, or we forget to write. We circle and we don't write, and you miss a crucial mark, and that could mean something important for you. So let's read our passage. The teacher, in addition to her students, visit the Caroni Bird Sanctuary. The children neither fear the swamp or the snakes who curled overhead on the branches. Everyone excited takes photos of the swamp creatures. Since the trip is long, they enjoy themselves thoroughly. Of the students, Sam is the only one who suffers with nausea. Let's read it again. The teacher, in addition to her students, visit the Caroni Bird Sanctuary. The children neither fear the swamp or the snakes who curl overhead on the branches. Everyone excited takes photos of the swamp creatures. Since the trip is long, they enjoy themselves thoroughly. Of the students, Sam is the only one who suffers with nausea. And as I said before, if you are constantly reading all the time, sometimes these errors will pop up in your head as you're reading, and you circle as you go. Sometimes they may not, so you need to go over each line separately and look for the errors. Circle them and write the correct thing. So let's go with the first line. The teacher, in addition to her students, visit the colony. What's wrong there? The teacher, in addition to her students, visit the colony. What's the grammar rule there that's making that error that's there? Do we say visit the colony swamp? The teacher, in addition to her students. So what's the subject in that sentence? Yes, the subject is the teacher. The teacher does what? The teacher visits the swamp. What is the rule when we have a singular subject? How is the verb written when we have a singular subject? Do you remember? We have a singular subject. The verb must have an S. Yes. When you have a singular subject, the verb writes with an S. The teacher visits the colony. Let's practice. Mala, as well as her brothers, prepare or prepares a tasty dinner. What's the subject in that sentence? If you answered Mala, then you're correct. So, would we use prepare or prepares? Mala prepares a tasty dinner. Remember, as well as her brothers is just in addition to. All right? That's not part of the subject. The subject there is Mala. So, Mala prepares a tasty dinner. Two volunteers, accompanied by the zookeeper, enters the den. We have accompanied by the zookeeper, two volunteers, enters the den. What's the subject? Yes, two volunteers. But it's plural, so what do we use? The verb does not have an S when it's when the subject is plural, all right? So remember that. Let's go on. They visit the Caroni Bird Sanctuary. The children neither fear the swamp or the snakes who curl overhead on the branches. I'm just reading on to make sure I understand what's happening. The children neither fear the swamp or the snakes. What's the rule there? What is the rule? Yeah? Is neither followed by or? Or you learned this already, yeah? Remember the conjunctions that go together. Neither is followed by nor, and either is followed by or. Remember that. It's a rule you must remember. So it's not neither fear the swamp or the snakes. It's neither fear the swamp nor the snakes. So you write in nor in the box provided and circle or in the line. So the children neither fear the swamp nor the snakes who curl overhead on the branches. So we're looking at that line now. Nor the snakes who curl overhead on the branches. What's wrong there? Snakes who curl overhead on the branches. Something is wrong with that relative pronoun. For sure. Yeah? Who refers to? People. Yeah? And what do we use to refer to animals and things? That or which. Yes. We use that or which to refer to animals and things. So who refers to? People. That or which refers to animals or things. So instead of saying the snakes who curl overhead on branches, we should say the snakes that curl overhead on the branches or the snakes which curl overhead on the branches. Let's practice. The woman who or which answered the phone was rude. What's the subject? The woman. We are speaking about someone. We are speaking about a person. So which relative pronoun do we use? Who. So the woman who answered the phone was rude. Is this the equipment who or that you ordered? What's the subject? equipment. Are we speaking about a person or something? We're speaking about something. So what do we use? That or which. So there we would say, is this the equipment that you ordered? The monkey, who or which was on the branch, howled at me. You're lucky he didn't grab you. The monkey, what are we speaking about? An animal. So what do we use? Who or which? Yes, you're right. We use which. The monkey which was on the branch howled at me. Congratulations again. You're really understanding what's happening here, and I hope that you continue to do as we continue to do sections with you. So let's continue with the sentences, the lines rather. Everyone excited takes photos of the swamp creatures since the trip. Everyone excited takes photos of the swamp creatures. What's wrong there? Where is the grammar error there? Everyone excited takes photo of the swamp creatures. So the children are excited, right? And they are taking photos of the swamp creatures. So they perform an action. They're taking photos. How are they taking the photos? Excited. But excited is not an adverb. We want an adverb there. The manner in which they're taking the pictures. Yes. So if you answered excited, you were correct. So you circle the word excited, and then you write the correct thing. Where most adverbs end in ly, it would be they are taking the photos how? Excitedly. So we circle the word excited and write the word in the box. Let's continue. Since the trip is long, they enjoy themselves thoroughly. Of the student, Sam, so we're looking at that line. Since the trip is long, they enjoy themselves thoroughly. Of the students, something is wrong with that reflexive pronoun, don't you think? You figure that one out? Yeah, that word looks weird in the sentence. Well, what's the correct word? We circle it so we know it's the correct thing. Yeah, it's supposed to be themselves, right? They enjoy themselves thoroughly. Of the students, Sam, and you continue on. So the singular pronoun, myself, himself, herself, itself, yourself. The plural, we're talking about students here, so we say themselves, ourselves, themselves, yourselves. And in the last line of the students, Sam is the only one who suffers with nausea. Do you know what the error is in this sentence? Yes, something is wrong with the preposition. And I'll tell you another thing. You have to learn your prepositions and how they are used. And the only way you're going to learn them is if you learn them by heart. And some prepositions only go with some nouns. So you have to know where they are used. And in this case, we never say suffer with. It's always suffer from. Sam is the only one who suffers from nausea. Learn your prepositions. All right. So we have the teacher, in addition to her students, visits the Caroni Bird Sanctuary. We circle the word visit and we write the correct word in the box provided. The children neither fear the swamp nor the snakes. So we circle or and we write nor in the box. Who curl overhead on the branches. We circle who and we write that or which. Either one would be correct. Everyone excited takes photos of the swamp creatures since the trip. We circle excited and we write the correct thing, excitedly. Since the trip is long, they enjoy themselves thoroughly. Of the students, so we circle themselves and we write the correct thing, themselves. Sam is the only one who suffers from nausea. You circle with and you put the correct preposition from. So you did really well today. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson and you'll continue to look on as we continue to guide you through the steps to do the correct thing with each section of your paper for this SE, and you'll be successful. Remember to log on to www.moe.gov.tt and all of the lessons can be seen, more information can be seen, and you'll continue to learn, you'll continue to grow, and you'll be that much better. Take care.